this video is pros and cons of KGSP. Like, what are the advantages you feel that people should apply for KGSP?
Well, for starters, it's a free scholarship.
Yes.
And you get to get overseas experience. It's not a too complex or difficult process in contrast to other university application.
Oh, I've never tried.
Other university, right, you have to apply for the university first and then you apply for the scholarship.
Really?
But GKS is a little bit different.
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
GKS you apply for once you are confirmed with the scholarship,
true.
then you apply for the university. I mean, we did the embassy track. It was quite chill as well.
Yeah, it's just that you have to prepare your documents, right?
Preparing the documents, prepare it well, prepare interview well, and you'll probably ace it. Don't worry.
You get like monthly allowance.
Monthly allowance could be higher. Please make it higher.
Do you think KGSP would be good for those who are hoping to come to Korea to like experience life in Korea in general?
Oh yeah, I think KGSP is meant for that. Well, allow me to explain, because if you're kind of more of a serious academic, I wouldn't really suggest you going for GKS. Because yes, you can go to the best university in Korea, SNU or the SKY universities, but most of the connections are done in Korean.
Yeah.
So you really missed out on this important opportunity. Yeah, these are really critical linkages that will actually branch you to the next phase of your academic life. So if you want to do a PhD in the US, I don't really think that Korean universities can be as effective to push your case for PhD. And most of the research positions are also meant for Koreans.
True.
Or if you can speak Korean, then it's a different story.
But I always feel that KGSP is good for people who want to like work and stay in Korea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like if you're hoping to go into academia in Korea, then KGSP would be good. But if like for example you're hoping to do like PhD in some other country, then maybe KGSP might not be the choice for you. But if you're not into academia, then obviously KGSP would be good, right?
Yeah.
Because like
some of my friends, they get this scholarship. They don't really need the master's scholarship. They are just here for fun and things like this.
Experience Korea in general, because obviously it's paid for. How about the disadvantages of KGSP?
The disadvantages would be the situation where you look at the water half filled or half empty, right?
Like what?
Like the language program. Are you learning 1 year of language program, or are you losing 1 year because you are studying the Korean language?
True.
So for me, I'm really eager to get into a PhD, and I wasted 2 years in the military.
True.
So I was really desperate not to waste my peak years, right? So I really look at it like, oh man, 1 year wasted. And also I'm not going to use that Korean in GSIS as well.
True.
So it's something that I will always look into. The other disadvantage is mentioned earlier, whereby most of the connections are done in Korean.
So do you have any tips for people who are going to be applying for KGSP this year?
Well, if you are really unsure about KGSP, just apply it first and then you'll see how it goes. Don't worry, there's nothing to lose. But the thing is that if you think that you are too good for KGSP, then apply for something else. Yeah, so that's how it is. And don't worry, just try it first. It's not as difficult as it is.
Okay, so do you have advice for people who are considering like whether you should go for KGSP or not? Because some people are like worried in terms of discrimination, whether they can fit into the society, like how is the study life here in Korea? How is the study life here in Korea, Matt?
Oh, well, I really enjoy studying. So,
As I see it.
in comparison to Singapore, SNU isn't as difficult.
I mean, for me it's a different case because I'm doing it in
Right.
Korean, so it's very challenging, but...
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, you have to look at your current situation. Are you working? Are you foregoing a certain opportunity for this GKS program? Think about like, do you really need this master's program? Do you really need to spend 3 to 4 years in Korea? If you are 4 years, if you are doing PhD. If the answer is no, you don't really need this graduate program, then I would suggest you not give up that opportunity you are having, especially during this pandemic. If you are currently a working adult, will this GKS scholarship give you better opportunities than the current situation you're in? And if you are working, like, do you have to give up this opportunity? And I mean, of course, GKS is like a door that can open up better opportunities, but if you are foregoing one really good one for something that is still unpredictable, then perhaps I suggest that you reconsider GKS. But for those who have a very strong inclination on graduate studies, and you think that Korea is really the ideal location for you to pursue this venture, then try GKS. But at the same time, do look at other opportunities as well, widen up your horizons. You can try the Max Scholarship in Japan or many countries are offering different scholarships too.
Yeah.
And with different stipends and different packages. So Korea need not be the only scholarship options you're looking at. You can even apply for even more ambitious scholarships. So if you have the necessary skills, then for sure you can do it. And don't worry, and just go for it.
Whatever it is, if you guys are thinking about KGSP, just go and try because there's no application fee. It is not a very troublesome process. We can only tell you from the perspective of the embassy track. The university track, it might be more complicated, but we are not that sure of it. It is just that you have to send your documents to the university itself. So if you are thinking about KGSP, go for it, go and try. You never know until you try it. And did you expect yourself to get the scholarship, to be honest?
No, because I really felt that my lack of Korean skills has really put me in a severe disadvantage.
But he's here.
Yeah, 1.5 years here.
So if like Matt is here, I'm here, you guys can be here too. So don't worry too much about like whether you can make it or not, or like how do you write your personal statement well enough. As we said, it is always good to write what you're passionate about. Write it like with like sincerity to kind of like be able to touch and like dazzle the scholarship panel. So yes, so this is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please remember to
like, subscribe,
and
click on the notification button.
yes, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.
Oh my god.